Hello everyone, this is Professor Lee. He is a distinguished professor in the Korea University. Today, it's my pleasure to invite him to give us some suggestions how to be a good researcher and a professor.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance to mention how can you be a good professor. As far as I understand, the answer is very simple. The first condition to be a good professor is having sort of enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
Right. So having enthusiasm is really important, and it can be considered as a fundamental thing to be a good professor in the future. So if you lose this kind of enthusiasm, it's not easy to be a good professor. Okay. So more specifically, with enthusiasm, we can see good professor in terms of research and teaching. Okay? So from the perspective of the research, what is the most important thing to be a good professor is that you always have to have aim high. Okay, and if you have aim high, then you can have a high possibility to produce the better research outcome. All right. So based on the enthusiasm, you have to always target and aim high. That's the important thing. And also from the viewpoint of the teaching, as long as you have enthusiasm and you aim high, and meaning that you generate a better and valuable research outcome, then based on this research outcome, you can increase the richness of your teaching material. Thereby, you can deliver a better content and knowledge to your student. So the research and teachings are sort of the interconnected in a closed loop. So many people consider doing research and doing teachings are two separate and independent things, but that's not true. Because if you do the research very well, you can easily increase your teaching quality as well. All right? So they are interrelated. And doing research and doing teachings are two important things, but as time goes by, after you become a professor, one more thing you have to consider, that is service.
Yeah.
Okay? So with the assumption that doing teaching and doing research are two important things, so you always have to take care of them. But on top of that, you have to consider service. There are two types of service. It is internal service in your institution. Yeah. Second is the service to external body. So internal service, in your school, once you become a senior, you have to give a chance to junior to do research.
Yes.
But to give a more chance to do research to your junior guy, you have to take the role of administrator. So you can be an associate dean, you can be a director of the MBA program, you can be the dean of the business school in the future, and so on. Somebody have to take over this role. So you can be one of them. So you have to consider it. Another thing is the external service. Once you publish the many paper, and if you are a good teacher, then you will get lots of invitation from the external journal asking you to be a member of the editorial board. So you can also, many conference organizer can contact you to be a part of the organizing committee as well. So you have to provide some external service to international journal as well as international conference. So it is another important role in the future once you become a senior. So in addition, from an individual point of view, having balance between doing research and doing teaching and doing service and personal life, balancing them is really important. So you have to always try to do your best to balance them. So as long as you keep your enthusiasm and you keep all this kind of your current feeling, then you'll be a very good faculty member and professor in the future. All right, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate the Professor Lee give us such good suggestions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.